Now, I did tell you I wanted to tell you a little bit about how being out has been a benefit to me and my career. When I first ran for the Wisconsin State Assembly in 1992, remember this guy who was approaching me, and he sort of had that demeanor where I said to myself, uh-oh, here comes trouble. And he came up to me and he got right in my face and he goes, "Gosh, lady, you sure got guts. You can be honest about that. You'll probably be honest about everything." Now, I know I got his vote. It was a really interesting exchange, but it really taught me a very quick lesson about how honesty and integrity is so valuable in all of our professions, but certainly is something that is so key in a career in politics. Now, I've been called many things in my political career, but one of my favorite moments came during my first race for Congress, a hotly contested race, when one of the most conservative talk radio hosts in the entire state of Wisconsin stunned us all by saying this: "Tammy Baldwin is an honest left-wing crackpot. Her opponent is a duplicitous left-wing crackpot. I'll vote for the honest one." What an endorsement. Then I do want to tell you about a letter that I received during my first term in Congress. It was from an 18-year-old young man from a small town in rural Illinois, population 4,400. And this young man had a real passion for politics. He wrote to me, "I was president of my graduating class, treasurer of the student council, a senior board member on a local community service youth group. I was following my dreams," he told me, "until I realized I was gay. And at that point, I gave up." Now, surfing the internet one day, this young man read an article about my election to Congress, and he realized that one could be openly gay and live a life in politics. But he went on to explain that that wasn't the reason he had chosen to write me. In his letter to me, he wrote, "You not only saved my hopes and dreams, you saved my life. I've never told this to anyone, but I was going to give up, not only on my hopes and dreams, but on life altogether." Now, this young man, who I've since had the opportunity to meet, is now graduated from college and involved in politics as an openly gay man. And so it's clear coming out can be scary no matter who you are, no matter where you are. But as you begin to contemplate your careers beyond college, you should start to think now and dream about the world in which you want to live. And you should start now to create that world in which you want to live. So I like to remind people that there are two things that keep us oppressed: them and us. And we are half the equation. And sometimes we think about the magic day in which it's suddenly going to be okay for us to be out and express ourselves publicly. But we are such a key component in making that day. Or as Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. We become agents of change simply by doing things publicly. Sometimes first in very small numbers, then in larger numbers, until it's simply the way things are and nobody thinks twice about it. So, if you dream of a world in which you can put your partner's picture on your desk at work, then put his picture on your desk at work and you will live in such a world. And if you dream of a world in which you can walk down the street holding your partner's hand, then hold her hand and you will live in such a world. And if you dream of a world in which more openly gay people are in public office, then run for public office. And if you dream of a world in which you can bring your partner to an office holiday party, even if your job is in the House of Representatives and the party is in the White House, Then bring her. I do. And now I live in such a world. For you as you prepare to leave college behind and head out for work.